Hello guys, my name is Frank Rell and welcome to build log number 3. As you can see, I've made a significant amount of improvements since the last time. I got most of the buildings built, but right now it's all still brushwork, just like the first couple parts were. And I'm just getting everything laid out. None of the textures are still complete yet. Still working on all that, but I just wanted to build the architecture of all the buildings and how I wanted to lay everything out. So push the buildings back a little bit. I found out when I actually built all the buildings that these there really wasn't enough room here for the front yard to accurately represent the scale of real life. So I fixed that. There's still a ton of work to do because none of these brushes have been optimized, and most of them are just basic building brushes. Like none of it I've converted into function details and everything like that. Once I bring in all the correct textures into the game, I'll fix all that. So that's all still got to be done. And then I got to import all the models that I want to use. So all that's still work in progress. But now you can definitely see when you go through the level that, you know, this is my neighborhood. These are houses. Even without, you know, correct textures and models, it still looks, I think, pretty good. So that's what I've been working on. It took a little bit longer than expected. I did get a new computer, so that took a week of my time out. But once I got everything back up and running, I got all this done. I still need to get all lighting, but lighting will be done way later in the builds. So just coming down the street here. A lot of this stuff outside the orange here is just so it takes up space. So you don't, when you're walking down here, you're obviously going to notice if there's no buildings there, but it's still going to be really dark once I get all the light in. And I changed the sky texture just to be pitch black, because in a normal area like where I'm from, you know, there's no stars in the sky, there's no nothing when it's pitch black out. So you just have the street lights, and that's it. But there might be some shadows, and you might be able to see glimpses of the buildings in the background. So I wanted to at least put in 2 buildings past each row block, so that in case they showed up from the lighting, then it would look like the houses were still there instead of it just cutting off completely, because that wouldn't make any sense either. Roads, you know, still got to be, it's just one base texture. I'm going to add overlays and all that stuff later. Still got missing stuff here, and that's really that's how far it takes to get here. I mean, once you put in a lot of the gameplay, it'll be a little bit longer. All this stuff needs to be done, and this is a campaign level. Actually, I forgot to show you something as well. I got one house that can be entered. So this is the checkpoint level. This is my buddy's house. So normally in a L4D2 map, the checkpoint areas are pretty basic. They're just one room you kind of funnel into, then head right out. But for this case, I built the actual house to be the checkpoint, and that's how I want it to be. So I'm going to actually run over real quick and show you all these houses. There is a lot of houses here, and I can't spend all the time in the world making them all interactable and be able to go inside all of them. So there's only going to be one house that I built that you can enter. I mean, I might open up some of these garages as you're walking past it, but this just one house on the corner here, because I know the player will be passing this way, so I know I can put stuff in here for the player to pick up, because I'm still sticking to the melee weapons in the first level in this 3-level campaign. So there might be some better melee weapons, or maybe a pistol, or, you know, a one gun. That texture is completely different. But this house here, you can go into. There might be like a light outside the here, kind of telling the player that this is enterable. And it's just a pretty small house. Got the kitchen, living room, bathroom. You know, I might, you know, put pills in here. You know, the stuff you find in houses when you're going through the levels in Left 4 Dead 2. So just to help you out. And then everything else here will be filled up with 3D models and everything like that. There's still a lot to import, but I wanted to kind of make this build log to show what I've been working on here, because this was a pretty significant amount of work to get this far. So, and I think actually the second part hasn't been done yet. I'm still working on building the school, so I'll probably just show that in another build log with another amount of detail. I don't have any footage of me building any of the houses or anything, but it's all the same as from part 2, because I built everything out of brushes. So the same process went into building this. Just draw the brush and cut it where it needs to be until it forms a accurate representation of what you're trying to make. So I think that's all I really want to show in this one. You know, in the other parts too, it's really just the same stuff. Just put buildings in, continue along the roads, and I still got to build all the rooms in the school. That'll be a lot of more detail in like exploration with all the rooms inside a school than it will be out here. I mean, you can kind of go through over here and check out backyards, but I'm gonna put up like every house in here will have either some boarded up walls, windows, stuff like that that'll tell players that they can't go in them. So the players will know directly that if they can or cannot go in a building. So that'll all get done. So I think that's it. I'm just gonna cut. I'm gonna cut the video off here. There's not really much more to show. So I think that's all. Stay tuned for the next build log. Thanks, guys.